Hi, I'm Mike, and I want to talk about linking and how important that is. When I first started doing blogging, the big mistake that I made was I wasn't linking previous posts to new posts, and vice versa. And I realized that linking is very important in order for you to be found in the search engines, to really help your business or whatever you're doing. So a good example of this is I like to look at this as like, you know those toys where you would link the sticks to each other? Maybe it was called linking, I don't know. But you would have this little ball and you would click on something to that ball, and then you would put another ball and you would click onto that. And you'd keep doing that until you had this big ball. The thing is that whole ball was all linked to each other. It all linked back to that starting point. Well, that's really important to do, and I wasn't doing that. So my advice and my tip is, whatever is your center, whether it's your personal website, whether you use Facebook, whether it's a blog post, you should definitely have a blog post. But what you want to do is you want to set it, that as your center, and then link to each thing that you're doing. So for example, on your website, you're going to want to write an article and then link that to an article you have on Blogspot. And perhaps link that to an article you have on Empower Network. And then link that to maybe a capture page to your business. And then link everything else back to each other. So what you're basically doing is creating this kind of big, giant, link system. This giant ball. So where everything links to each other. What that's doing is that's telling Google that, you know what you're talking about, that you're the expert. So when someone types in, say for example, you're writing about Craigslist, and you have something about Craigslist on your site, and then you have something on Blogspot, and then you have something on Empower Network. Now when someone's looking for that, Google's going to see that each of these things connect, and they're going to put your name to those things. And they're going to know that you're someone who knows what they're talking about, and therefore you're going to show up on the first 2 pages of Google. And that's really what you're trying to do. You want to get on those first 2 pages, and it's very difficult for people to do. Another thing you could do is, if you can afford it, is to create a couple of websites. Perhaps you have a website which features, different articles you're doing. Maybe training that you're doing for people who are part of your team. Maybe you have another site which is kind of, it's more about your business, and it's a little history about it and things like that. And then you just link those sites to each other, and then link to all of your blog posts, to all of your videos, link to your Facebook page, link to Twitter, whatever it may be, Google+. That's really the whole point, is you want everything to link to each other. Everything connects. And that's how you have to think of it. And that's going to make a big difference. So I hope that helped you, and I'll see you next time.